All right. Very good afternoon, evening, or other time-appropriate greetings to you folks here on Speed Gaming 2. Welcome to our next race in the Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Randomizer 2021 tournament. We got a great one for you today, folks. Today, we've got Dyceron and Belattor showing their skills in Upper Brackets Round 2. I'm Captain ND, and today I am joined by Aaron Explosives. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Ready to scout my next opponent.
Indeed, yes, it's going to be interesting. We get one item today, and it's just missiles.
Oh, should also clarify that we're about to see a random starting location anywhere in the game. And, of course, I called it, it's just Temple Grounds.
Watch it be landing site. I don't think we've had a random start that actually has been landing site yet. Oh, it's Hive Chamber A. Close enough. Wow, DMT is going to be easy today.
This is like losing all your items at the start of the game.
Oh yeah, it's Hive Chamber B actually, not A.
It's like skipping the part of the game where you have all your items.
Yeah, but at least they kept missiles.
Yeah, at least they kept missiles somehow.
So their first progression is probably Storage Cavern B, but they can go all the way to Great Temple with missiles.
Yeah, it's not likely, but it is actually possible that we don't see progression until Great Temple. Could just be a bunch of junk, but because missiles are all you need to reach Great Temple from GFMC compound.
Indeed, we're going to see something we haven't seen too often this tournament, and we're going to see our runners basically slope jump up this angled spire on the terrain here, get on top of the crate, like so, and skip the cutscene at an appropriate time, which will place them on top of the ledge.
Yeah, you want to make sure not to skip the cutscene too early, because then you'll just be suspended in the air when the cutscene's finishing, and you'll just fall down.
Or accidentally go too far and end up out of bounds.
That is a lot more precise than you think.
And indeed, we have progression early. It's bombs in Storage Cavern B, which means Tess doesn't require the Tess jump today.
That looks like Dark Beam to me. I didn't think it was Dark Ammo. This seed sucks. Make a new one. DCR doesn't think it's Dark Beam.
Well, we don't necessarily... Dark Beam's not going to do us any good right now, so we can come back to that later.
I can't get a good look on Bellator's screen. No. That's an expansion, I think.
Yeah, it looked a little brighter than the conventional Dark Beam.
Yeah, usually when you see that, kind of lighter violet hue around it, that's when you know it's not Dark Beam.
Pretty much. Yeah, Dark Beam is almost pitch dark. Well, as the name implies, I guess, to be fair, but...
Dark Beam is dark.
Yeah, the nice thing about bombs early as well is that they can duplicate this item without much difficulty, and it is Amber Translator, so forget that idea.
Okay, this is interesting. Amber here instead of Violet.
Yeah, we do still need Violet Translator to access Aegon, but picking up Amber Translator here is still really good. You always want to get Amber Translator before Aegon if you could.
I don't... Is it possible for... I think it is. It is possible that leaving Great Temple might require going to Meeting Grounds. I think there's still enough item locations for that to be possible, but But what do you do after? I don't think it actually unlocks anything after that.
They would need Light Beam and Super Missiles to get back to Aegon Quadrant through Meeting Grounds.
Oh, right. Hive Chamber B is still available. Yeah, Dark Zero, thanks for pointing that out.
And yeah, Hive Chamber B, but there's a Sky Temple key in Transport A access, nice and free.
Interesting. I never know what to think when I see a key early, because either it means that a key was placed because you have early logical access to Sky Temple Ground or Sky Temple Gateway, which usually means you have supers and seekers early in the seed, or it's just that location was just not, it didn't have anything placed for a long time. It was just available.
Pretty much. Now DCR is taking a quick backtrack here to make a safety save just in case Violet or Light Beam doesn't show up here. In which case this is a soft lock. Which
it's a good decision.
Yeah, and as you mentioned earlier, Dark Zero, I mentioned Hive Chamber B is potentially wide open here, so we'll see how that plays out.
Could you imagine, finding bombs and then going back to Hive Chamber B instead of making the loop? And that being your progression to Aegon and just saving like minutes over your opponent right off the
That
bat.
would be nuts.
Just
But
a completely unconventional play.
But you would be going in without Amber Translator, to be fair.
That is true. Having Amber is good.
Because of that, Bellator was struggling a little with the industrial side skip, but ultimately, because DCR decided to backtrack a little, Bellator made up just a little bit of time, and suddenly we're only about 30 seconds apart. Although Bellator did not save according to chat, so this is going to be very interesting if Light Beam plus Supers or Violet Translator don't show up.
Ooh. Just for the sake of the entertainment value of the race, I hope Bellator does not get screwed here out of having to start over. Although granted, it wouldn't be that bad. Although you would have to make the... No, you wouldn't be able to keep the Amber Translator, right? Unless you went all the way back to the save and warped out.
Right, and it is
And
an
it's
energy
just a main
tank on
tank.
Umos 1. There you go. That's kind of a big deal because Bellator has no way out. And
Yeah,
Dyceron's also reset back to the save room as well because, yeah, you're stuck in here.
Bellator is probably going to have to do all of this again just to be able to get the Amber and the Sky Temple key to be able to warp out. Because you can probably find Violet in Hive Chamber B, but like Captain pointed out earlier, you want the Amber, and the only way to keep the Amber is to save warp out. It's not currently in logic.
Yeah, you know, this race time room today, living up to its name, runners would have been stuck with a famous Luminoth.
Does Bellator not realize that he is soft locked?
Unless, well, there is Violet Translator, so...
Yeah, I think Bellator just realized, and yeah, there's the Violet.
I'm starting to wonder if they wish Violet Translator was the free item they were given instead of missiles.
Yeah. I think at this point, Bellator's probably would have preferred a normal Great Temple start over this.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but looks like Dyceron's not done yet here.
I think DCR is... What is DCR doing? Why is he coming all the way over? Oh, to check the Great Temple item, I think.
Yeah, Transport B access. It is in
Transport
play.
B access.
DCR getting practically a frame-perfect scan completion there. Whenever you don't hear the beeping from the scan visor, it's pretty satisfying.
Do you ever scan the Violet hint in Transport to Aegon in Temple Grounds and like dash off the Violet scan for the lore and hear the sound of the elevator activating as the text box comes up?
No, I've never...
That means you activated the elevator and the text box came up on the same frame. So as soon as you let go of L, you're on the elevator. It feels so good.
That's impressive.
It's very satisfying.
But looks like DCR is gonna redo the Alpha Splinter fight here to pick up the extra armaments before.
No, I think he's gonna try this really dumb bomb jump to get over the wall. I think he wants the energy tank.
It definitely wants the energy tank before going into Aegon. I could completely understand that.
Yeah, energy tanks are nice to have. I don't know if I would have gone for this unless I was really confident, which I am not. This bomb jump sucks, but yeah, the BSJ is IMO the preferable method for this.
This does, although, to be fair, give Bellator an extra minute or two here to kind of recover, assuming Bellator doesn't go back for this energy tank.
Yeah, Gala pointing out as well that the energy tank is probably in logic right now, or it could be.
The energy tank should be in logic right now because of Violet Translator now.
It is in logic. I just mean like on the path to progression.
Oh, you mean like the two tanks for Hazencliff and all that?
Yeah, potentially.
And a translator can be found at GFMC compound, unless there's another one on the ship. Thanks, game.
If you made that Hive Chamber B play first, like I said, you could have done this, read the hint, and then been like, oh, that could be Amber, and then you would have found Amber before Aegon regardless.
Yeah, it's actually funny. We're speaking these potential scenarios to life here.
Yeah. This is basically just standard start with extra steps at this point. I was hoping for something more interesting, but nevertheless, these logic, like trick settings with the difficulty, and the fact that they only had one starting item makes it very hard to get interesting seeds, if even possible at all.
Yeah, Missile could have given you... Missiles, assuming the game was going to give you missiles one way or another, could have placed you in a few spots, but not much further than, like, Portal Chamber and Aegon or Portal Terminal.
Is that what it does? Does it pick the starting item
I have no idea.
location?
I have no idea.
I assume it does, I think. Maybe not. I don't know what would be best from a coding perspective.
Alright, Belattor is going to go back for Amber Translator now. Unfortunately, you do have to do the whole GFMC loop before coming back here, which is, ooh, beam upgrade in a Curse Lake. That could be actually relevant today.
Yep, could be supers. I always, like, put that in the back of my mind whenever I read beam related early on, because, you know, forgetting that is not fun.
Alright, we got another Violet hint that reads, the Spider Ball is an Aegon.
Okay. That's nice to know.
Yeah, that'll do us some favors later.
Unless DCR is about to look at the sky and see it right now.
Oh geez, Spider Ball and Mining Plaza, that would be disgusting. It is an item in Mining Plaza too, it's not a key.
Ah, the one frame morph. Very nice. Is that what it is? No way.
It's a white item. It's definitely a high-value item.
That's Spider Ball.
Wow. Okay. Save Betamorbises. Well, Betamorbises definitely required. I don't think our runners are going to do Spiderless Emperor Ink 2.
Yeah, no way. Aw.
Well, at least that's half dead.
Spiderless Emperor 2 is so bad. Definitely not worth. I think when DCR did his max percent no bombs completion, the fight took like what, 15-20 minutes or something? I don't remember.
Yeah, that sounds rough.
Like it's not worth. Like not only is it harder, but like you're probably not gonna even save time off of it unless you're like Miguel, who's like actually decently practiced at it.
What is that up top? I think that's Screw Attack in Mining Station A. Oh no.
I don't know what to think of this seed.
Although, actually,
wait. Oh my god. Wait, no, Screw Attack can't be there.
It can be.
Is it logical to pick that up on beginner without Spider Ball? Because you need Screw Attack to do Mining Plaza.
Well, then... Okay, wait, yeah, hang on. That does... It might be... Oh, it might be Grapple Beam. That might have just been Grapple Beam in Mining Plaza. But yeah, we need to take another look at the VOD on that.
Yeah, and to Dark Zero's point, suggesting it might be Booster Cannonball. I'm pretty sure that was Spider because the model looked smaller.
Yeah, the very distinct clue for the model is like if the sides of the yo-yo are solid or have Tron lines. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you look for the size, then that's a good tell.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is really tough to do for Mining Plaza.
Yeah, I have difficulty making out Mining Plaza. Luckily for me, I only ever had it required once in a race, and it was just a Sky Temple key, which is, you know, even if you don't see it, you're going to know about it regardless. Yeah, and it's very easy to see.
Keys are pretty easy to make out in Mining Plaza, to be fair.
I had a practice seed like a month and a half ago that had supers there, and I originally thought it was a missile when I peeked it early, but then I read the hint about super missiles in Aegon, and I had only not done a couple checks, like Sand Canyon and stuff, so I just fought a Morbus because I already had the items required for it, and I ended up being right. So, being able to tell items visually is important.
Indeed. Alright, meanwhile, Belattor now completing the rest of the Great Temple loop to retrieve the missile tank and energy tank in there.
Did DCR save or? Oh no, he just checked the item. When I saw Sand Canyon, I thought he was going into it, trying to check storage D, potentially soft locking.
Yeah, that's still currently out of play until we get Space Jump. That's about it, though. Or Screw Attack, if I have my placement miscalculated. Dark Beam is one room from an energy tank. That
Great.
isn't really good intel, thanks game. Because there's 14 of those.
Hey, what?
Although,
2 of them have already been found.
where did DCR find that second energy tank?
I don't remember.
Was it in... Oh, we could totally have it. No, it's not. We can't have Vanilla Dark Beam. Because one room away from Vent Area A is Reactor Core. Not Reactor Core, Main Reactor. I get those two mixed up all the time.
I don't think main reactor can have dark beam, right?
No.
Yeah, if you had
then...
Screw Attack
Well,
to
actually,
leave
yeah.
after the fight.
Well, you would need Spider Ball for it by logic, because I don't think Screw Attack into that is definitely not expected.
Oh my god! Look, there's no way that's the logic chain. Like you have to fight a Morbus to get and have Screw Attack Echo to get Spider to get the main reactor Dark Beam. That's not happening.
And that's assuming that it is in fact Spider Ball in Mining Plaza. We're still ironing that out. Although with, it looks like Dark Aegon or DMT is the next play at this point, because we still don't have Space Jump, so Labs is out of play.
Yeah, I would personally just make the Jump Guardian loop. I usually make it regardless of whether or not I have Space Jump for the GFMC ship, because, like, if I don't find Space Jump on my way there, I know DCR can attempt to dash. I think Belattor might be able to do it as well.
Yeah, and for Dark Beam could be anywhere else, because there's still 12 other energy tanks we're potentially overlooking here.
Yeah, I think at this point you just kind of like keep the hint in the back of your mind, but you don't let it like make your decisions for you on where to go, because it doesn't really help you for that.
Morbus is guarding a missile tank. Well, that might not be too relevant today, given what we've just seen. It was one room away from an energy tank, yeah.
Oh my god, I've been playing so much Wii, I thought DCR was just put the spring ball into the bomb slot. I need to stop.
Yeah, no, Trilogy Jump Ball does effectively break Echoes in two, especially for Spider Guardian.
Well, there isn't much else you can break in that game, so that's always great.
DCR having no trouble getting to the third switch in Portal Terminal. So, after Light Beam, we haven't found a whole lot. Light Beam is going to do us a quick favor dealing with Jump Guardian, but that's about it. Oh, if there's something in Junction Site, that is definitely Screw Attack in Mining Station A.
Oh, wow, so that can't be Spider Ball in Mining Plaza.
Yeah, no, I think it's Cannonball. Unless it's another movement system.
Ball.
No, Boost Ball's in Battleground. We already know.
Oh,
that.
In Battleground? Okay, I guess I just missed that hint. Okay,
yeah, it's the hint right here in Mining Station A.
I would be pretty worried about Spider Ball up there, but seeing the Screw Attack would put like peace of mind or whatever.
There's an Aegon key in Crossroads.
Hmm.
But yeah, we'll have to. Yeah, I think it's a safe bet that Mining Plaza is not hosting Spider Ball right now. But yeah, we got to take another look and see if that was a different movement system. It couldn't have been Space Jump, thankfully, because I don't think the Z-axis is nearly anywhere near Mining Plaza.
Yeah, you're not able to get that without wall crawling, without Space Jump.
I did not know you can bomb jump from down there and still reach the ledge.
Yeah, you can.
Well,
I guess BTR is deciding that he doesn't have enough health to do Broom Closet quickly, so he's just gonna fight Jump Guardian first, I suppose. This actually isn't as much slower as I would have thought previously. If you are good at a specific type of bomb jump, where you start a bomb jump off of like a breakable object, like a blade pod, you can actually use the blade pod like near the missile door to bomb jump up to the missile door.
fascinating.
You only get one shot, but it makes climbing this room from the bottom much faster.
Ooh.
Oh, Emerald.
Okay. Emerald's pretty useful. Still,
Did I interrupt you with I thought you were going to say something about Broom Closet. Did I miss it?
No, the only thing I was going to say is that Broom Closet is technically out of logic until Space Jump shows up, because I don't think that bomb jump to reach.
I don't believe it is.
logic.
No. Yeah, if TCR is going to try exactly what I mentioned. The way it essentially works is you lay two bombs like somewhat far apart from each other to like set up another jump after the item is broken, to like bomb jump in midair, and then in the air you lay two bombs quickly to try to like propel you up. So it's 4 bombs total, like in like 2 pairs. It's hard to explain.
I get where you're going. It's kind of like the multi-bomb jumps that are used in Prime 1 to get through Hall of the Elders without using the wave switch.
Kind of, yeah.
Because who wants ghosts in their bowling alley?
It's basically just a triple bomb jump, except you set up the second bomb, and the second bomb being the first bomb of the 3-bomb chain at the end. You set that up a little bit later so that it's able to hit you after the item, after like what you're standing on breaks. It's kind of complicated. You do it in Hall of Stairs in X% No Space Jump.
Okay. Also, can we be concerned about the fact that there was an Aegon key in Broom Closet? Because 9 times out of 10, in my experience, that means a Morbus is required, and whatever's in Mining Plaza is like grapple or something. Not grapple, probably, given where Screw Attack is, but yeah, we need to take another look at Mining Plaza. Can you excuse me for a minute while I check the VOD?
Of course. Hopefully it's not boost. Or, sorry. It can't be boost. I keep forgetting it's in Battleground. But if it's a ball in Mining Plaza, then it has to be Cannonball, because it can't be Spider.
It probably
Screw Attack is in Mining Station A.
Well, that just brings the next million-dollar question. Where's Spider Ball?
I mean, maybe it could have been like Gravity Boost or something, but I think it looked smaller than that.
Alright, I'm taking a quick look on the VOD right now. It's actually a lot clearer on the VOD, and
Like, how can it be Spider if Screw Attack is Mining Station A?
yeah, it can't be Spider.
Not that that's logical to... Well, you could pick up the Screw Attack in Mining Station A with Space Jump, but it's not logical without Spider, so... Yeah, Dark Beam... Vanilla Dark Beam is potentially likely. Like, there could be an energy tank in Main Reactor.
Main reactor, sand processing.
But I think the Temple Grounds loop first is a bit safer. I kind of agree with ECR's play, especially because you're like right here for this one check.
I really cannot tell, even on the VOD, if it's Gravity or Cannonball in Mining Plaza. Alright, we're gonna get to see Dark Missile Trooper, though. Should be a pretty quick kill with Light Beam.
For more ammo. Yeah, I think I'm agreeing with what Gollup is saying in chat right now, that Vanilla Dark Beam and then it's leading into Spider in Storage B. Or, Command Center, and then you use that Spider to leave Labs from the back again.
Makes sense.
That happens quite often when you have to dip into labs for Dark Beam and you don't already have Space Jump.
Yeah, lack of space jump is actually going to be a very interesting scenario here going into labs. It's my first seat ever. Space jump was in storage B, and you did have to backdoor labs. So, boy, was that a doozy.
I've said this a bunch of times, like at the start of the tourney and things like that. When I was practicing, I was actually a big fan of seeds that required you to backdoor labs because it means that you needed supers or like backdoor labs to find progression, like space jump and stuff, because that means you needed either spider or supers to leave. So having one of those items early on was nice because it's just one fewer thing that you don't have to worry about having to find later, potentially. Belattor not far behind DCR actually. DCR only did the Jump Guardian check and then save warped out, right?
Jump Guardian checked Junction Site and Broom Closet and then left.
Yeah.
Bellator not having any issue with the Jump Guardian NSJ.
I think DCR is just saving for storage D right now.
Yeah, I would do the same thing right now because it's looking pretty likely that that's the case.
Going all the way around. You can do a bomb jump to skip this, like by the save door. You can bomb jump right to where DCR is right now.
Although, something is still bugging me though. How do we get past the screw attack switch? Not the screw attack, the crystal switches without Dark Beam or screw attack.
The crystal switch is after storage D.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point it has to be vanilla Dark Beam. Unless I'm forgetting something, I don't think there's anything else available to be found right now.
Yeah, no, I think I have to agree with you.
Wow, not doing the bomb jumps on the other side of the room either. Mining Station A is like one of my favorite rooms, actually. It's fun too. Oh, DCR wants to open the gate. Okay, that makes sense. I often do this too, even if it's not logical, just in case you want to route, like, leaving labs after checking Central Mining Station.
Yeah, that's actually it is very efficient. Not an easy angled bomb jump to do for sure.
Yeah, the BSJ over the gate from the back is kind of annoying, and I would rather take a potential time loss by scanning the gate to avoid having to do that than messing up the BSJ a bunch of times, like 10 minutes later, and getting mad.
Surely. Alright, Bellator's defeated Jump Guardian to pick up that ammo. Or wait, was it ammo or missile here? Oh, it was ammo. Never mind. I'm thinking DMT. But yeah, no, we are out of checks, so it does have to be vanilla Dark Beam.
Vanilla Dark is so annoying.
Absolutely. So that means an energy tank can be found either next door here in main reactor or in sand processing.
No, it has to be this room. Sand processing is
right.
2 rooms away.
That is correct.
But it's fun time. So, fun fact about Dark Samus 1, it's not, like, it doesn't have damage multipliers for Dark and Light Beam. It just takes the, like, base damage. So, because Light Beam has higher base damage than Dark Beam, it's actually better to use Light Beam on Dark Samus if you can.
Unless, of course, you have Annihilator, in which case, for some stupid reason, she's 5 times weak to it.
Yeah, I don't really know why. The best strat for Dark Samus if you don't have a Power Bomb or an Annihilator is to use Light Beam like this, along with missiles. You can try to use missiles to bait Dark Samus into bringing up her shield like that. And that causes Dark Samus to not do the 2 attacks, like the... I don't really know what to call them, like the Super Missile or the screw attack thing.
The dive bomb?
Yeah, the dive bomb.
The dive ball.
Those basically just time wasters.
I'm going to call that move the dive ball.
You know what, Lion Cash? I agree. I think if there was like some some monkey character, like pivotal to the lore of the game, I think it would be a significant bonus. I think Belattor is save warping back to Aegon to do what DCR is doing right now.
All right, we're going to see a central mining station check now. See if we can make out what's behind this shield. Yeah, it was glowing.
Spider Ball, maybe? Probably
Could
not.
be. Alright, so what DCR did there was open up the grate and is going to now reload the room in order to pick up whatever's in here and then just waltz right out without having to deal with the blast door sequence now that Dark Samus has already dropped the crystal switches. Sky Temple key.
Yeah, I don't really like Command Center and Security Station B. I think that what room is.
I think so.
This room is kind of annoying to like route around, getting the items and like moving around and stuff.
Alright, storage B now. Yeah, we're Dark Beam, strangely enough, doesn't open up a whole lot of checks, but it gives us space jump. I'm getting some flashbacks from my first seed that I really don't like.
Yeah, now if that was Spider Ball and Central Mining Station, that's available now, and that would be your logical way to leave labs.
Pretty much.
Because even though DCR opened the gate to leave from the front, potentially, it's not logical for DCR to have that gate open right now. But like I said, finding that Spider Ball and having the gate open makes it nice and simple to like leave from the front of labs using Central Mining Station instead of having to go, all the way back around.
Yeah, there was a light ammo tank in bioenergy production, but also, yeah, Metroids hate doors for some reason. Welcome to
You can't
Prime.
have them flying into other rooms. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Although it's a little gruesome.
I would love to know the science behind that. Maybe Prime 4 will have a logbook entry explaining that. But yeah, with Space Jump in tow, the Boost Ball and Battleground is now open, assuming it is not in the ink cache.
This may be slightly off topic. Captain, have you ever played a later version of Metroid Prime? The first one?
After NTSC 1.0, no.
No? Okay.
Besides Trilogy.
On 1.2 PAL, well, so basically just PAL, and maybe JP, but probably not, and Trilogy, all the Wii versions, there are fission Metroids after you get Phazon Suit in Lower Mines, and there was one that Retro put in PPC at the bottom of the room, and they put it right on top of the kill triggers to like make enemies die when they fall on the Phazon. And so every time you enter PPC after a Mega Pirate, this Vision Metroid starts flying at you and kills itself.
Oh my.
So not only doors.
I wonder if I saw that in my original Trilogy playthrough back in early 2019.
Oh, you definitely saw it. I don't think it's avoidable unless you go all the way around.
It was actually it was late 2019, excuse me. But okay, so light ammo tank in cache 1 and another red key in Doomed Entry. That could be our last Amorbus key. I'm starting to wonder if that was gravity boost in Mining Plaza. A Sonic Boom in cache, sorry, not an ammo tank. Ugh. And it is the last Aegon key. Oh, Boost Ball was free today.
Yeah. I mean, once that Spider Ball gets picked up too, they're gonna have like pretty much almost all the useful items at this point. Screw Attack is still, if that is Screw Attack in Mining Station A, it's not in Logic before Power Bombs, but you can still get that with the BSJ. Both of these can.
Yeah, because the B layer is already gone, we can't just do the simple space jump. All right, Bellator's now picked up Dark Beam, and
That was
yeah,
a
by
nice
the way,
snipe. If that was a snipe.
yeah, the AI in this fight is not brilliant.
Yeah, I don't think they take the light safe zones into account in their pathfinding, so when they're swimming around, they just kind of touch them and die.
Yeah, it's even
DCR,
more
that's a light door.
it's even more hilarious if you have Annihilator and the two ink kind of group up too close to each other, then they just can't move 1 inch into the field.
Yeah. Oh, and Gollop finishing my thought for me that yeah, they've got quite a lot of major upgrades at this point. Once suit or super missiles are found, like Sky Temple key hints can be available for these players.
Yeah, they
So
absolutely do not need to do the secret door as intended. They can both skip it for sure.
and you're also in a situation where if you need intel, you've got, 3 of the translators already. So there's lots of intel to be gained.
Yeah, we still don't technically have Torvus access until we get a suit or super missiles. But that's all we're missing.
Or seeker missiles.
Seekers could do as well. But yeah, we're only 1 item away either way.
Mm-hmm. I think after labs, the most sensible choice is to do the Great Temple meeting grounds loop to try to gain some intel. No, and there's
Ooh.
power bombs.
Well, there's our main power bombs, so that sorts out that mystery. That does put Spider's treasure into play. Well, Hazing Cliff specifically, until we find Spider. DCR is not going back for Central Mining Station.
That's interesting to me. Surely he must have known that this item was an E-tank from the hint about Dark Beam, but perhaps that just wasn't in his mind. It's really hard when you're playing in these tournaments, especially these higher stress level later rounds, to focus and keep all your information sorted in your head. It takes a lot of practice and experience with that.
Yeah,
I struggle with it.
Yeah, I learned that on the fly too in my races. As soon as I hit go mode, I was pretty much sweating.
Okay, DCR is doing Central Mining Station, and I think that is Spider Ball. Yep.
Yep, it is.
So, like I said, DCR now has the option to come out of labs from the front, which is what he's going to do.
Yeah, and at this point...
Skipping the pirate fight, too.
Yeah, with Screw Attack in play and Spider Ball, yeah, I think actually we're going to Sank next, if I had to really hazard a guess.
Oh yeah, Sank is logical as well. I don't know if I would do Sank just because of the lack of Cobalt, but entering Sank after making because you can make the Mine Shaft check right now. You can make Sand Canyon. You can go to Sank, and then if you want, if you don't find anything important, you can just save in main gyro and then warp out and try to get some hints.
Exactly. Yeah, I think. Let's see what this is. Another energy tank.
Oh, I think DCR is gonna grab it. I think DCR is thinking I'm getting to the point where I have a lot of stuff. There's a chance that I might need to start thinking about what I need to get my Sky Temple key hints. At this point, if a suit's not available, then he's gonna need more E-tanks. And I think he's gonna check Mining Station B. Yep. By doing a pretty simple Seekerless lock, honestly. That should work. Yep.
Wow. Very nicely done.
This one's got a good setup, in my opinion.
Alright, Storage A has for us more missiles.
But the big important thing of coming here is a Sky Temple key, okay, and also intel.
That is a pretty rude Sky Temple key spot. Although it is in logic with this equipment, if memory serves correct. Yeah, we have boost, we have light and dark, but we don't need those.
Yeah, peeking Mining Station. Oh my god, do not get Krayley.
Yeah, no, red Krayleys are dangerous, very dangerous.
That would have been very bad. I'm surprised he played that so dangerously.
The Hive Temple keys are irrelevant.
But yeah, the hint didn't end up mattering, but getting a Sky Temple key out of it is nice.
Yeah. So this area could have been safe for endgame.
But
That's the nice thing about Sky Temple keys, is that you can basically save any of them for endgame, depending on where they are.
yeah, Gollop. People have done Sky Temple key hints with the 300 energy, for sure.
I've done
Yeah,
it on 300 energy as well, but I've just had to stay put in Sky Temple gate in the room before the gateway, just in case.
Yeah, that safe zone is pretty nicely placed. Okay, this is probably nothing, but I mean, it could be, yeah, just a missile.
Yeah, especially if it's in logic, it doesn't really hurt to check.
Oh, Gollop was talking about the Krayley. Yeah. Kirby, DCR lost 2 energy tanks to... oh, wait, do you not know about the red Krayleys? I think it's when they're invisible. I'm not entirely certain,
I
but
think it's
they...
right as they're decloaking.
Right as they're decloaking? Okay, well, when they deal damage to you in that state, I believe they don't apply invincibility frames to Samus or something like that.
And I think it's 10 damage per frame. It's a lot of damage per frame.
Yeah, so, you know, this game runs at 60 frames per second, so of course if you're standing on it for even a little bit of amount of time, you are going to get screwed. I have died instantly, pretty much, to that a few times, and it's not fun.
Yeah, we actually saw in last year's tournament, that is exactly what happened to Bash Prime.
And yeah, is that a suit?
That's a suit, all right. So there's
Yeah,
our
very
Torvus
nice.
access.
Yeah, Diggle pointing out that gel zaps can also do the same thing to you in Metroid Prime if you land on top of them.
Alright, so Spider Ball was indeed our big progression hiccup. So that has been solved, and we now have Torvus access. Although with Screw Attack, we can do a lot in Sank too. We have Vault Side access.
Yeah, pretty much all of this stuff is available. Like, at this point, you don't know if Stank or Torvus is going to have your progression. So if I was in DCR position, and also soon Belattor's, I would like do all these simple checks. I think that was an energy tank, so you can grab that too.
Yeah, with Dark Suit now, it's much safer to be here.
Yeah, much less safer. And it's not a Sky Temple key.
Okay, 2 out of 3. That's a pretty solid Spider's Treasure.
Yeah, if you make your way to main gyro, you can save your game there and warp back to start, like read some hints. Then you can use the hints to decide whether or not you want to enter Torvus logically to get more hints and look for progression, or just warp back to Sank by turning your game off.
Yeah, the option's definitely on the table here.
Yeah, if this is a Jet Seed, that's a bit more unfortunate for Belattor, having to start over at the beginning, losing a bunch of minutes to having to make the Great Temple loop again.
Yeah, I think in my experience, if I were to go up against any players in these brackets, I think I would rather have a more complex seed than a Jet Seed, just because my execution is not nearly up to par as anybody here, by comparison.
Yeah, that's a pretty fair mindset for sure.
Hive Dynamo Works is missile related. You know, that could be Seekers.
Of course DCR is trying for that.
Oh, is it like a roll jump angled
attack
or something?
No, you roll jump and then you turn to the right and you instant morph into the tunnel.
Wow, haven't heard of that one before.
It's bad. Like,
personally,
really.
I prefer the Screw Attack, even though apparently it's the harder one. Alright, Bellator is now about to pick up Spider Ball, and we'll see what their plan is after this.
That was the closest Central Mining Station dash I have ever seen in my entire life. That was so close.
Yeah, the second dash in particular still gives me a little trouble.
Yeah, you need a minimum frame B press in order to get proper height.
A what frame B press again?
When you dash in this game, the fewer frames you have B pressed for, the better speed and height you get.
Really?
Yeah, so it's more important in Prime 1, but still applies in Echoes.
Okay.
That's why when you maybe hear people speedrun the game with like mics and stuff, you'll hear their controllers just go absolutely nuts when they dash. Like it sounds kind of like this.
Oh yeah, I know a friend who does Ori Randomizer who plays on keyboard and mouse, and that keyboard goes clicking.
Yeah, you kind of just want to place the tip of your thumb over the bottom right part of the B button and just flick it as fast as you can. It's a really hard thing to get down, IMO.
Alright, let's see. Well, unfortunately, Aerie is out of play until Echo Visor shows up, but what else can we do right now? Sank? Yeah, we can... Actually, Sank Temple right now is a one-way trip.
Yes. Yes. Yes,
Logically,
it
a
is.
one-way trip.
Yeah, you would need either Cobalt or Annihilator to be able to leave, because Dark Visor and Seekers would do it here too, but that's not available with only one item location past this point.
Yeah, right now the only item is Sank Energy Controller. And that light ammo tank's not going to do us any good. It is acquirable with a nice, simple BSJ screw attack, but it's a light ammo tank. It's not going to do us any good right now.
So DCR posting in the race time. Diggle, read this out loud. Oh wait, never mind, lol. So, thanks for that, DCR. I don't think Diggle's here, although maybe Diggle is just here in spirit.
Diggle was in the chat a few minutes ago, when we discovered that something was in Mining Plaza for sure. But, yeah, so what DCR is going to do now is one of a couple of different options that could be done to escape this room. Looks like the simple screw attack. That is, if it's that easy, then yikes.
It's picky. If you've practiced it, though, it's not as difficult as it looks.
Well, that's +1 for my practice list, because if it's just screw attack is my...
You gotta slope jump too. Like you need a pretty good one.
Oh,
you have to time your screw attacks properly as well.
From the angle of the hexagon, you mean?
Yeah. I was doing that, or trying it on Wii earlier, and I could not get it for the life of me. Like, I had the scan locked on the door to get, like, the proper movement, and it just wouldn't work.
Yikes. Alright, well, Resbit issues aside, DCR is now going to check Watch Station.
Yeah, this is a pretty lengthy check, but it also opens up the portal, so...
It opens up the portal. Both ATS checks are in play.
Ooh.
So yeah, there's four lovely, four very tightly packed lovely items to be picked up here.
Oh, that was so close.
Yeah, that was really close.
I thought DCR was gonna get knocked off right there. And just a missile. I feel like Watch Station is never progression.
Oh, looks like the SG bot's having a bad day.
Don't we all sometimes?
Is that, what was up there? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, it's
A
a cheeseburger.
burger.
And that's Annihilator Beam.
Annihilator. Wow, that's nice.
That's a great spot for it. Hey, it's out of logic, but you want to do quad?
It's an energy tank. That was a hint that we read before. Is
That
it
is
out of
true.
project, by the way?
I'm sorry?
What about... Oh, Echo Visor.
We need
right.
Echo Visor and beginner difficulty, yeah. I think
Right.
the next difficulty up you can fight without Echo and only screw attack. But we don't know what Umos 2 has yet, to be fair.
Dark Serum. Honestly, if Supers were in Torvus Energy Controller, I think... Oh, DCR would skip them, but I'm not... Belattor probably knows how to do it too, honestly, but probably not... Maybe not well enough to consider trying it to skip something important like Supers.
Who knows?
Yeah, I honestly haven't watched Bellator play this game outside of the tournament races, so it's hard for me to assess Like you can't assess skill level beyond, like, basic randomizer tricks.
Bellator is a frequent flyer in the weeklies and often delivers a exceptional performance.
Okay, Gollop, that's just evil. Remembering the beam-related hint that was in a cursed lake.
That could still be supers, but that's about all it could be at this point. All right, what is here in Cat West? It is more missiles. So nothing of note besides the suit and the Sky Temple key so far here in Sanctuary. What was that main research? Well, whatever it was, DCR's not getting it, so never mind.
Yeah, DCR does not care. This is why I probably wouldn't have just gone around in a circle in Sanctuary without the knowledge that there was something here. Like, Annihilator was found after the main gyro save, right? But, I mean, that isn't really helpful right now, per se. Like, it could come up later.
Yeah, the only thing, like, in Torvus Annihilator is good for is Transit Tunnel South. And even then we still don't have... Although, to be fair, these two do not need Annihilator and Gravity for Transit Tunnel South.
I'm so glad people are doing that now.
Yeah, especially the last couple of weeks we've been seeing some nice...
What have I done?
That.
I think, 3 people have done that now in a race?
I want to say
without
that's
Annihilator
right.
and Gravity. Like, I know Bash did it immediately after I did, and then I did it again, and I think DCR also did.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lengthy wall crawl for a beginner level tournament. That's a pretty lengthy wall crawl, but I mean, you're skipping 2 items and that you could just waste so much time looking for.
Indeed. Alright, let's see what Bellator decides to do now. Looks like Bellator is also going to at least go up to main gyro chamber. We'll see if they choose to save or complete the loop and pick up Annihilator as DCR has done.
What is DCR doing now? I would have wondered if maybe he's just leaving Aegon from the front. I think going back to the Hive Gyro save station would have been faster.
To get to Torvus?
Oh, well, maybe Torvus would be... I mean, he could do the Seekerless Lock or Wall Crawl, but...
Yeah, because if we start at Landing Site, we still don't have Supers or Seekers, so we can't go through the Hall of Honor Dead Tunnel if we wanted to, unless we, Skewer attack the Seeker Lock. Which I don't think you can do for that one.
Skewer attack the Seeker Lock for which one?
Oh, wait a minute, hold on.
Red Center? You can do all the locks.
DCR just gave us another good look at Mining Plaza, but we're going to have to double check the VOD, because, yeah, there's no way I could tell on this resolution.
I have a good feeling it's Cannonball.
It probably is Cannonball, but if it is Gravity, we're going to have to keep an eye on that. But chat's saying it's a ball upgrade, so I'll trust you folks on that.
But yeah, if I was DCR, I would have just gone to main gyro and save warps instead. I'm pretty sure that would have been faster.
Yeah, it looks like both runners are doing the same thing, which unfortunately that's not going to do Bellator any favors if they want to catch up.
Yeah, they've pretty much taken the exact same path, except the stuff that was done in labs was done in different orders. But for the most part, the routes overall have been the exact same, with Bellator just trying to catch up after the unfortunate start.
Yeah, although to be fair, it wasn't likely that we were going to see that soft locking Great Temple just because of how many checks how it didn't require that many checks to get out of, but or how many items it required to get out of. But it's just unfortunate that the Logic decided nope.
Yeah, DCR is going to go to Great Temple now and then head to Meeting Grounds. Cursa, Bellator didn't save in Great Temple and didn't get a translator to leave, so they had to start over, the first 5 or so minutes, pretty much.
Alright, we're going to get a Dynamo Chamber check here from DCR, which is...
Finally. I don't know if you watched the last race, but DCR essentially put off this check, which was Spider Ball, for about an hour and a half or something. Not an hour and a half.
I recall.
I think that's when he got it.
I actually had a similar incident I can't remember if it was in round 5 or round 3. I want to say it was in round 5 where I left Space Jump behind there for a bit until I was bailed out by a hint in Meeting Grounds.
Yeah, we were hoping the entire time that DCR would like get bailed out by a hint or something, but no, there was no hint. Like
Wow.
he just eventually found it. He was in Temple Assembly's site with power bombs, and he passed Dynamo Chamber like twice and just didn't go in there.
Why do I feel like I might have been actually working that race? I can't remember.
Wait,
though.
were you?
What is that?
You might have. That's Grav
Grapple.
Boost or Grapple Beam. Yep.
Okay.
Very good.
Thanks, game. Oh, hang on. Sank Entrance is in play.
Yep, it certainly is.
Now, if we do find, let's see what Wind Chamber has. Sky Temple Key, maybe? Oh, Red Temple Key.
Wrong kind of key. Torvus key.
Ooh, that...
Yep.
That could be a problem, but it's not.
I think
like...
DCR is going to go for it, yeah. That's why he's killing the enemies. I wonder if DCR might check Wind Chamber Gateway and then like do like phase on grounds and stuff like that. I wonder if DCR will consider saving in Great Temple, like for safety reasons potentially, and then wall crawling Sky Temple key hints without super missiles. Like he's done that already before. I think if you were commentating the last one, he would have done it. But yeah, a part of me thought he might consider walk crawl to Path of Eyes, but that trick is kind of bad. There's an outer bounds you can do in Wind Chamber Gateway on the side closest to Grand Wind Chamber, and you basically just traverse the room's like ceiling, kind of like jumping around collision to reach the other side and walk crawl around the block in Path of Eyes.
Fascinating.
I'm not a fan of that trick. Like that's something I would probably never consider.
Space Jump is in Storage B. Thanks, game. A little late to the bandwagon on that one.
DCR is going to show off something pretty cool here. He found this during either a room rando or a multi-world we were doing, where you like look at the item while clipping your head through the visually through the ceiling. I think DCR saw what it was.
Fascinating.
It was the room rando. Yeah, I think DCR's like seekers were there in a room rando or something, and he's like, I wonder if this is possible. And then he tried it for like a couple minutes and was like, oh yeah, those are seekers.
It's like peeking through the Kakariko graveyard ledge to see what the item is in there in Ocarina of Time rando, which, by the way, just got a rando for 3D.
Yeah, my friend friends, Game Stabled and Gymnastics made it. It's pretty cool. Go check it out. That has been in the works for on and off for about like half a year now, pretty much. Beta testing. Cool. We've been beta testing it for a long time, but seeing it get released is pretty cool, considering that when it was started, it wasn't very serious.
Oh my.
Wonder what we're going to see here in Sank Entrance, because DCR just really wanted to make this chat.
Yeah, I mean, given that it's in play, you really just want to be half safe than half sure, to be fair, because you never know, this could very well be secret missiles.
Like, it's just surprising because DCR only has 5 Sky Temple keys left, and has also wall crawled to hints before. So I was thinking, like, okay, you've only got 5 more left. Like, and you haven't been to Torvus yet. None of these people have been to Torvus yet. Like, neither of them. So, like, there's a pretty decent chance that your 5 keys are in, like, okay spots, and then you can just finish. Like, that's not out of the question.
Yeah, typically, in my experience with these seeds, the progression is like spaghetti through Aegon. Oh, there's another red key. Torvus or Inghive? Inghive. Not worth. So, okay, so Sank Entrance is definitely not the... Yeah, we gotta go to Torvus. There's gotta be stuff there by now.
Feels like the siege has been going on forever based on how many items they have, but it hasn't even hit the hour mark yet.
Yeah, they've been able to clear stuff out fairly quickly as well. It just it helps when you're given like especially boost and space jump relatively early because it just helps with movement. Screw attack is really nice.
Is DCR going to remember to do face on crowns? Yeah, he is. Okay.
I doubt. Oh, we can't even do Reliquary without secret missiles anyway, so forget it.
Yeah, doing it with this level. DCR has 5 E-tanks, right? Not 6? You can do it with 6
yes.
pretty easily, but he's also only got 4 on him right now.
Now,
also, they don't have Dark Visor, so...
That's true, yeah. Forget that. I'm not sure. I don't think we've seen the Reliquary hints.
DCR thinks that's important.
I
think he might have he might have put it off as a missile expansion, then been like, wait a second, I've made this mistake before.
Yeah, I think we had a similar case. I think we had a similar case in a different match. I want to say it was late. It was either late Swiss or brackets. I can't remember, but where someone did mistake that for a missile tank.
Yeah, it's bad. Don't do that. Always either get a closer look or scan a missile expansion so that you can like tell via the green outline of something that you've already scanned.
Yeah,
that is a good strategy.
Me. Yeah, Jagger G's trained me to do that. Because one of Jagger G's custom settings that I had some fun with for a bit was a setting where there's some extra power bomb tanks akin to how many there are in Zero Mission, but some of the power bomb tanks are fakes and don't give any.
Did DCR save? Oh, he's scanning the gate and saving. Yeah, of course. Okay. I think this is a safety save for Pin's wall crawl.
Ooh. Let the games begin.
Yeah, so if I'm right, DCR is going to go to the Dark World with the portal. And even though he doesn't have super missiles, he's going to go all the way to the abandoned base, like ride, and go out of bounds via a BSJ.
That's right. I remember calling a race with Diggle, and it was so either I don't think I was calling the race, but I think Diggle was on comms, and he was so angry that how easy that was. Not angry as in an actual angry sense, but you get the idea. We are going to get 2 more Violet hints here. One of which is that all of the Dark Aegon keys are in Dark Aegon, which is kind of irrelevant since we have all 3 of them, I think. I think we have all 3 of them. Yeah, because there was Broom Closet, not Doomed Entry, and... Where was that 3rd Aegon key? I know we've seen... Oh, wait, it's in Crossroads. And this ain't one of them.
I'm pretty sure that Temple Grounds was a location for an Inghive key from the hint from... I forget what the Inghive key hint was.
I think it was.
It's my decision. Right. I think Temple Grounds was one of the 3 locations, so I probably wouldn't grab this right now.
We do still have 2 Torvus keys unaccounted for, to be fair. The hitbox for this key is really weird, by the way. Oh,
it is Torvus. Okay. Nicely done.
Very nicely done.
Jumping at space jumping at the right time to like center your screw attacks is pretty important for that.
Absolutely.
If you know the level that you need, you can like start the screw attack like early and do several until you reach the hole. It's nice and fast.
Yeah, and screw attack is much faster than walking, for sure. Now we don't have.
Yeah, it's roughly the speed of Morph Ball rolling without boost, actually. So just a little bit faster than walking, yeah.
Movement in Morph Ball is faster than walking.
Yep.
Even without boost.
Unless you do the really stupid thing where you... Yeah, DCR is doing Abandoned Base. Or No, he's not? Okay, sure. He's made the play before. I would have thought he would just do it again to try to wrap the seed up, but I suppose not.
I wonder if DCR is going to just do a Torvus loop real quick to harvest any additional items to reduce the shopping list, just in case it's not, you know, go mode at hints. Dark Visor is up to 3 rooms away from Under Temple Shaft, so it has to be a Dark Lord Torvus.
1 room, come on.
Oh,
Under
wow.
Temple,
Nicely
please.
done. Mental note, a 3BJ is all you need to get through that thing.
Oh, did DCR just boost over the block? I wasn't paying attention. Oh my
DCR 3BJ'd over the block.
No, the 3BJ is easy. The boost is the hard part. Boosting through the crack in the wall is so inconsistent. Like, I don't go for that in tournament because it doesn't work sometimes.
Yeah, he just nailed it first try.
Yeah, that's really unlikely. What usually ends up happening when you go for that is you boost into the wall for a minute, give up, and then go all the way around. So that's really insane that you got that.
Oh my. Belattor is electing to not get the Torvus key here. And Poison Bog is missile related. That would be a B memo tag there in Torvus Lagoon.
I hope Belattor makes the wall crawl play if Belattor knows how to do abandoned base, which I assume he does, because like if I'm Belattor, I'm like, okay, DCR probably remembered to save at the beginning, so I'm gonna have to like do some stuff to catch up.
Oh.
What was that?
That was Echo Visor in
Major upgrade in Cash B. So that's not supers.
It's either Light Suit, Cobalt Translator, or Dark Visor. Or Seekers. Or Gravity.
Wait, no. Is Cash B... Is the connection from Under Temple Shaft to Cash B... Does it count that for the hint proximity? So it can't be Dark Visor.
It can't be Dark Visor, so... yeah, we had this discussion before, but because there's no dock in Cash B technically for getting out, even though the door's there, it's not accounted for in the hint. So Under Temple Shaft,
it could just
I think
be
Under Temple Access is actually the only up to 3 rooms, so never mind. It could be either Under Temple Shaft, Grapple Guardian, or Under Transit 1, I think. Oh no, it can't be Under Transit 1. Under Transit 1 is too far.
Looks like Bellator's not going for it either.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I take it back. So yeah.
Wait, is Under Temple Shaft the one with the red key in vanilla is Under Temple Access, right? Under Temple Shaft is the big tall room? Okay.
Yeah, actually, so it could literally be anywhere in Lower Torvus.
Yeah, it's a pretty rude hint.
Well, actually, not really, because we can check just about everything in that neighborhood, except Dungeon, which, to be fair, if Dark Visor's there, then it's not necessary.
Can Dungeon be 3 rooms away? 1, 2,
yes.
3.
It's 2 rooms away.
No, it's 4, right?
Dungeon is 2 rooms.
Wait, Dungeon from Under Temple Shaft. It doesn't have a connection to that room.
That's right.
So you have to go around under Transit 2.
That's right. I keep forgetting about that. I'm not used to Lower Torvus, Dark Lower Torvus specifically.
There's a key, okay.
Room pathways.
Also, yeah, because they have screw attack, once again, Cash B wall crawl to Lower Dark Torvus is the play, like always. I would honestly consider that being like one of the most important things to learn to like compete at this level.
Especially right now, since we know that leads to Dark Visor. Now, if Chica has a Sky Temple, if Chica does have a Sky Temple key, and it is in fact Cannonball and Mining Plaza, do they fight a Morbus for it? I don't think so.
No.
I think it's too far out of the way.
Absolutely not.
We're also kinda almost done with STKs. We have 6 already. Unfortunately, it looks like DCR ran out of bombs. An unfortunate event that occurs to just about everybody here.
I'm a really big fan of like bombing those things for or boosting into the like mushroom things for power bomb when you have 0, and then just getting like a random 5 missile drop instead. There's supers. What is it with supers in this room?
We had a case in a tournament match last year where it was power bombs there, and they were logically locked out for the seed, but not the case today.
There is a...
Oh, wow.
That was kind of a flex. I think it's going to be Seekers in Cash B, which is like ridiculous synergy.
That's pretty likely, yeah.
But
There's
the
another...
no, you go ahead.
I was just going to say there's another red key in Torvus Temple. Although DCR picked this up already and was a Torvus key, I guess. Or was it a Torvus key or an Inghive key? I think it was an Inghive key. I take that back.
I think Thorus, did you click Seekers instead of Supers? Yeah, the tracker says DCR as Seekers. It was just a mistake, I think.
Well, it might not be in about 30 seconds.
There we go. Yeah, it might not be. I think DCR is going to get Seekers right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Or
either
Light Suit. I mean, it could be.
Seekers, Light Suit, or Cobalt, or Gravity. Take your pick. It is Seekers.
Yep. That's pretty insane synergy, honestly. Like, if this is why I said, like, when you're in sync, you don't have the Cobalt to get intel, right? So you might as well, like, just save and then go to Torvus, like, look for progression while getting intel. And then if you don't find it, it's fine because you have quick access back to sync via, like, reloading your save file. And then you get to keep all the intel while knowing that the checks that you made weren't useful. Where in this case, if that play was made, then they would have had Supers and Seekers for easy hints access much earlier.
Indeed.
Yeah, I don't know why DCR is going back to the Light World instead of just save warping, because if you can get your Sky Temple key hints and then reload your save and be like right beside Lower Dark Torvus if you have to go to Lower Torvus, and like that's really fast.
I wonder if DCR is not even going to go for hints at this point.
I
just
think
because
that
of
would
how-
be a very bad play.
Just because of how few keys are left to go. Because there are only 3 keys left. Alternatively, DCR might just be going to... might just be trying to save here in Lagoon instead. Instead of doing the wall crawl and whatnot.
Perhaps. It's just like the wall crawl's fast, and also it has the potential to skip the Torvus Temple fight, which I think we know is a red key.
It's
Nice
an Inghive key,
sync,
I
by
think,
the
yeah.
way.
Lagoon is also a better place to... it's also just right next to the elevator, so in case something important does show up, like in War Ritual Grounds, although we can't get that anyway, so... Yeah, because save warping is going to actually be a little more of a walk to get hints.
Save warping from Dark Torvus would also skip the cutscene for what do you call it? Like going back to the Light World. Like you'd end up in Hive Chamber. Was it B that was
B,
the starting
yeah.
location? Yeah, like you can ride the elevator up and go like around landing site to get hints that way. And like that area in Dark Torvus, like connecting to Cache B to Lower Dark Torvus, is a really good place to be because you haven't done much of Torvus, so if there are keys in Torvus, you can get them, and then if there are keys in Lower Torvus, you can get those too. And it's close to Sank, and because you have Seekers, it's also close to Aegon. Like that's a prime like location to be for routing, in my opinion. Lagoon's not much worse though. Bellator's gonna be pretty happy to
My
find
my muscle memory usually throws me into Lagoon when I'm doing key hint checks. Oh, Bellator needs a bomb. And what is that in War Ritual Grounds?
Looked like an E-tank, I think. It was kind of blue.
Probably.
Hell yeah. Getting the boost out of the slot and landing on this upper ledge always feels nice.
Oh, yeah. There's been no shortage of amazing execution moves by both of our runners today. Because, yeah, Bellator's still not that far behind. Bellator's just about to get Seekers.
Yeah, definitely not. They're really close to each other for sure.
Alright, where are our last 3 keys? This one is Dark Torvus Arena. That scared me for a second.
Saving in Dark Torvus would have been good.
Plaza Access, that's free. Hive Gyro Chamber. Cetus Frius. So, Lower Torvus isn't even required. We don't even need Dark Visor.
I think you'll see Lower Dark Torvus, though, or Lower Torvus. Actually, will you?
I don't think so.
I don't know. DCR is starting in Light Torvus. And he has to go to Dark Torvus anyway? I wonder. Would he actually do it? Probably not.
DCR is going to be SJ over over Forgotten Bridge.
Yeah, I just saying, like, I wonder if he'll use Lower Torvus to get to Sank.
Oh, yeah, for
Probably
Sank.
not.
Yeah, Jet Seed.
Like, you don't even have to go through Hall of Combat Mastery to get to main gyro. You can use Staging Area with Echo, but, like, I don't know if that's faster. I timed Staging Area to Spider Guardian if you have, like, optimal items for both routes to be about 10 seconds faster with, like, optimal movement. So it's, like, very, very minimal. So I don't think main gyro chamber is, like, much different.
And
that was pretty well executed. It's funny, if I was doing this seed and I wall crawled for hints, I would have like been getting these Torvus keys or whatever, and then after getting the Dark Torvus Arena key, I would have like gone around the Power Bomb way, Putrid Alcove, to reach Cache B, to like go to lower Torvus to route the Sank, and I would have just found supers and seekers anyway after, and then wouldn't have had to.
That would have been pretty funny.
Yeah, if the hints wall crawl was done in this seed, the seed would have been finished in about an hour and like 10 minutes, I think. If you had done it like right after Dark Suit, pretty much, which is when I would have done it.
Yeah, just because these keys are so free today.
Yeah.
I mean, there was potential. We didn't have any Chica hints.
Like I haven't seen it yet, but I think these settings can give you a sub-hour RTA seed. I've tried, but like, I think this one had potential for it, but maybe not.
It's possible.
Some seeds are getting pretty close though with this skill level.
It's possible. We've seen some like 110s, 115s for sure.
Yeah, the best I've gotten was 104, and that one didn't have Sank, so like that doesn't fully count. I don't know. Like if you need all three areas, I think it's more legitimate. But
you know, chat brings up a good point. We never even needed Annihilator Beam. That was completely useless.
Main gyro was a key, no?
No, Hive Gyro.
Oh, Hive Gyro. Okay.
Yeah, no, that main gyro would have needed Annihilator, but no, Hive doesn't. Yeah, Cetus Freus.
Rip Boots Guardian.
Well, we had to fight Boost Guardian, but let's be honest, that fight's a cake. Walk? Did DCR...
Wait, did DCR just not pick up the key? What happened?
The key wasn't even visible.
Wait, oh, did DCR pick it up? I think he picked it up in the cutscene. Okay, I haven't seen that happen there. It happens mostly or more often in Aegon Temple, where you're on top of the key when when it would spawn from the cutscene, so you pick it up during the cutscene.
I figured that's what it was.
Yeah, if you do that and you don't know what the item is, you're not gonna get the text. So if it's not obvious, like on your HUD or something, you're using an auto tracker, obviously, then you're not gonna know what you got. So you should only do that if you know what it is, like Gollop just mentioned.
Oh yeah, Belattor didn't go to Mining Station B to get that key. So yeah, I think we can call this race for DCR at this point.
DCR is going to go to Aegon anyway to loop to Sank, so I think it's still fine. It still might be based on execution, I'm not sure.
Well, DCR only has one.
Did DCR
key
do
left.
Torvus Temple?
Yes, DCR did Torvus Temple already.
Oh, he did. Okay, never mind then.
But yeah, no, DCR only has one key left to go, so...
Yeah, at this point, this is DCR's race to lose. I just thought that DCR had to loop through Aegon just to get the Sank because he wasn't going to do the fight. But I didn't realize he had already had the fight completed.
Yeah, that's where the second Hive key came from.
So DCR is in a pretty fun spot right now. DCR's goal is to get to Sanctuary, but he has the Seeker Lock in the way. I hate this thing. Of course, he gets it first try.
No, it's not just you. Everybody hates the Seeker lock.
I hate this thing. I had a tournament race here where I think I had 45 to 50 missiles, and my cleanup Sky Temple Key route was exactly the same as DCR's. I had I didn't have gravity, and I didn't have seekers because I was skipping them, and like the lock failed like 10 times, and I was sitting here like, come on. It was partially my fault because I didn't open it from out of bounds when I was wall crawling Transit Tunnel South in that race. But like, I actually considered going out of bounds again just to open the lock, but then I'm like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna go around in Aegon. It ended up costing me a few minutes, but like, I don't know. Bad luck.
Yikes.
Yeah, Belattor also going for this BSJ. This one is probably the hardest one that's like useful for tournament races. It's also just struggling to get a single one. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, for those not familiar with how a BSJ or a bomb space jump works, when you leave the ground in morph ball mode, the game still considers you grounded for 2/5 of a second. So if you block the camera between with a wall between Samus and the camera, you unmorph instantly, and if you can do that in those 24 frames, you can jump. Like so.
Yeah, for that one you want to like get the jump and then kind of like hug the wall like to the back right of Samus, and then when you are approaching the peak of your space jump, you want to like hold up to get stuck in collision. And you want to make sure you're stuck in collision when you're at like the highest point of your jump possible. So that's why I switched to up when I'm moving up in the air, so that by the time I'm stuck, I'll be at the highest point. And then at that point, you just kind of flick to get repositioned over the gate.
Okay.
It's tricky and extremely hard to get down. I think the first time I ever tried it, it took me like 40 minutes or something.
That's definitely a trick that's on my to practice list before next year.
It's a steep learning curve, but it's really useful.
Oh, looks like Bellator might be getting Life Grove tunneled a little here. Alright, Hive Gyro key coming up for DCR, and that's going to be key 9. And conveniently, there's a save station right here.
Yep. It's always nice to have a key here in main gyro and then just, you know, you can go back to your starting location and finish the seed.
And you know what? This is landing sites right on the way. You might as well take an ammo refill.
Yep, 100%.
Although, if it were me, I personally would have just for the sake of comedy shown off Hive ammo station.
Oh no. I don't know. I don't know if DCR would be confident enough to waste time going to Hive ammo station.
I don't know if that's faster or not. Although I don't think so, because the ship is right there.
Yeah, which Hive ammo station? Good point, Dark Zero.
Oh yeah, that's true. There are two, aren't there? Dark Sank map and Dark Airy access.
I think Bellator is routing this differently. Oh, I didn't realize that Bellator was also playing on emulator. It's a slight disadvantage over for playing someone on Nintendo. Emulator is load times are closer to what they are on like an official disc, but USB loader via Nintendo is just a little bit faster than that.
And that and emulator can stutter occasionally, especially with distortion effects. The game does not like it when Dark Pirate Commandos spawn.
Portals too.
Yeah, portals are really bad, especially when there's more than one. Transit station, watch station. Yeah, no, there are some rooms that emulators just do not like. Although, as I have learned, Echo Visor is also great for reducing lag in those scenarios because it unloads those graphics.
Yeah, emulator differences are not going to affect this race. The difference will be much more than the difference in load times and lag, but that is just something. Although you play with what you have.
Absolutely.
And me personally, I wish I had a PC good enough to run this game at a consistent smooth 60 because I don't. It would be nice to practice a few things with it, but have to stick to console for that.
I plan on playing Corruption Rando on console when I finally get it set up.
I need to play Corruption later. Gotta when I went through the Echo's Wii any percent route this morning, I started a 100% hyper mode playthrough, and I was like, do I want to get Dark Suit? No, not really. Dark Suit is kind of ugly. I'd rather have my pretty Varia suit. So I I skipped it, and then I was like, wait a second, that means I have to fight Boost Guardian on hard.
Without a power bomb.
Yeah, without a power bomb. So that's why I went and I got a power bomb. Temple Grounds, but
All right, so Belattor picked up the Plaza Access and Arena keys and is looking to be either Sank or Aegon. It could be either or, because Belattor does need to go retrieve the Mining Station B key.
I think Aegon first is, yeah, a bit better, because you end closer to a safe station.
Yeah, not only that, it puts you right next to Sank.
Yeah, it's going to put you at the Sank elevator as well, exactly.
So yeah, this will route out fairly well for Belattor.
DCR does have Sunburst, yes. I think Sunburst was forgotten, or sorry, Great Bridge.
Yes.
So, cool, 100% strats.
Not even two lasers.
Yeah, the 100% speedrun strats are pretty good here.
Good first bomb.
I think Sunburst there saves 4 seconds, I want to say. I don't remember exactly.
Ooh, that tentacle decided to throw a wrench into the works.
Yeah, this fight without Cannonball can just be the worst. Like, it almost never goes like good, like as good as a fight with Cannonball, where you don't need to worry about getting knocked around, because with Cannonball, like, obviously it's free. Like, if you know where to move, where to lay the power bombs, it's the same every time. But when you don't have it and you have to worry about getting knocked around or like moving around the surface to bomb the, I don't even know what they're called. Those enemies have a name. I used to call them inglets, but apparently they're not inglets.
There's something else, because I think it's just the blobs. Because the
Yeah.
inglets themselves don't pop out.
Yeah, those little blobs that just knock you off with such insane speed are just awful.
Yeah, by the way, Emperor Ing is dead.
Yep.
Ding dong, the Ing is dead.
Oh god, I have to fight that thing on hyper mode normally.
Yeah, the screw attack method doesn't work on Trilogy. Alright, so now it's time for Dark Samus 3. Perfect Annihilator Beam ammo to get the mathematical 302 damage necessary to not accidentally go into DS4.
Yeah, don't do that. It's bad. Make sure you count your shots. There was one when I was practicing, and I was like, I had Annihilator, and I don't usually use it because I just run any percent, so you don't have Annihilator for that. So I usually do the Super Missile and the Dark Beam strat. Whoa, I'm like, if I have Annihilator, that did so much damage.
That was a perfect first screw attack. Dark Samus is down to 1 pixel of health.
Nice. Absolutely. I was wondering if you would go for screw attack or use other weapons. Using other weapons is a good strat.
Absolutely perfect DS4 skip, and DCR will finish in first place with an official race time GG time of 1:28.09.
Yep, GG's to DCR. But not too much.
Yeah, Bellator is only going to be a few more minutes here, grabbing Hive Gyro than final bosses. Let's see if we can... Oh, I guess we did. DCR, GG, welcome to the booth. Hello.
GG.
Nicely done.
That was a fast seed.
Very fast seed.
It was.
We got to ask, though, because we just want to, put this to rest. What was in Mining Plaza? Was it Cannonball or Gravity Boost?
That was gravity,
It was Gravity.
Gravity, okay.
Okay.
but it wasn't needed.
It was not needed. I was wondering if it was Gravity. We couldn't tell on the, even on the VOD, we couldn't tell. But, we appreciate the clarification. But yeah, definitely, definitely one of the smoothest seeds we've seen so far in the brackets by comparison to, the kerfuffles we've had this week.
When you realized like mathematically that Dark Beam was vanilla, did you start getting more comfortable because that means you needed like Space Jump and Spider Ball and like other stuff to be able to leave?
I wasn't even thinking
That's what I
that.
usually think.
I was thinking like, oh, with that hint, it's like Dark Beam is 1 room away. So when I got that, I was like, from an E-Tank rather. It's like, oh, that could be Sand Canyon. I was in my mind, I was like, this could be good. This could be interesting. I have Sand Canyon because I saw Screw Attack, like, you know, this. But then as I was doing more checks, I'm like, I'm not getting items to help me push that. And then I was like, it's Vanilla Dark, of course, because every seed's like that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I knew about Boost Ball. Or Light Beam? I had Light Beam.
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
had
okay,
it.
let me go get Storage B. So now Space Jump. And then I was like, okay, cool. Let me go get Boost Ball. And Sand Processing, I was like, probably had Spider to get out of labs. And no, it was Power Bomb. It's like, okay. And then Spider was in CMS.
Yeah, you saw the CMS item, and I knew it was Spider, but
Yeah, it was something.
It was kind of hard to tell, but I had a really good feeling it was going to be Spider. And you scanned the gate too, so you could leave out the front without having to do the dumb trick, which I pointed out.
We thought at first it was Spider Ball in Mining Plaza, but then we saw Screw Attack in Mining Station A, and we realized, wait a minute, no, it can't be.
Yeah. Like, I pointed it out when you read the hint. I was like, oh, Aegon, Spider Ball, that's pretty good, unless. And then we saw it, and I was like, oh, no.
Almost like clockwork, actually.
Yeah, and then the Screw Attack immediately after told us that wasn't possible.
I definitely, I mean, it didn't affect me, but, like, luckily, but, like, going back for that Violet hint at the beginning of the game was not worth it. When I did that, I was like, this is not worth my time. All that effort for one hint that was useless anyway.
Yeah, because it was the GFFC hint, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of effort for nothing.
For all we knew at the time, Cobalt could have been on the ship.
And it's kind of funny because I was gonna go in there and I was like, wait a minute, I should save. This could be a soft lock, and it was.
Actually, it's funny you mentioned that. Belattor did not save and ended up having to do a full reset, and that's pretty much what separated you two for the entirety of the run. That and Belattor didn't go to Mining Station B when you did, but that is literally about it.
Yeah, it would have been extremely close otherwise. Another question I had, when you were entering Torvus, and you like even safety saved in Great Temple, was there a reason you didn't wall crawl hints at that point? All of us thought you were gonna do it.
I was debating it. But then I was like, let me check Hall of Honor Dead, and I saw it was a key, and it was Torvus, and I don't know about Chicka, so I was like, you know what, if I want to keep this Torvus key, I have to wall crawl back, and I don't feel like doing that. So I was like, you know what,
That's why I don't do Hall of Honor Dead until after when I do that, just in case,
Yeah.
because if it's something important, then I don't have to get it twice or have to wall crawl out.
But luckily I didn't have to hit wall crawl because everything just was there.
Yeah, what's really funny though is that if you did wall crawl, then your hints would have told you that like you needed Dark Torvus Arena and you needed Plaza access, so you would have done that, and then you would have like gone to Lower Torvus via the Cash B wall crawl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To go to Sank, and then you would have just found supers in Putrid Alcove and Seekers, and then you could have just used this after wall crawling.
Right.
So like it would have paid off, I think, but still like really fast seed regardless.
Yeah. Besides Spider's Treasure, though, nothing of extreme. Annihilator wasn't needed, so nothing of extreme importance in Sank.
Yeah, I kind of wasted time in Sank, but you never know.
You do
never
never know.
When you have a Spider Ball, the beans, like.
Yeah, Screw Attack was also a pretty good invitation to check Sank Vault side just in case.
And then I kind of like me going into Torvus was like me stalling it. I mean, like doing the Temple Grounds loop was kind of like that's not worth it. Phase on Grounds is not worth checking. I mean, it could have been supers, which I was hoping for, but no.
Yeah, I saw you go back for it after
as well.
running it off as an expansion. You were like, oh, hold on. I do that too.
And I was putting off a Morbus just in case, and luckily I didn't need it to go back for the gravity. So.
Was Amorbus not hinted?
It
Amorphous
was.
not. It was.
No, it
hinted
was hinted.
as a
It was-
tank, yeah,
Yeah, it was more for the mining plaza item.
Oh,
So
okay.
Yeah.
because it was gravity. Yeah, so.
And then Chica, who knows? Luckily, that was
Dark Burst.
Yeah, we got to give both of you props for execution today. You were both pulling stuff like secretless doors, getting up Forgotten Bridge, doing stuff like getting the meeting grounds light block skip first try.
Yeah, that was stupid. How did you do that? Cheater.
Oh, Path of Eyes?
The
Yeah,
Path of Eyes.
I don't know. I got lucky.
Yeah, you definitely got lucky.
You need that for that side. You need the correct speed and angle or something. It's weird.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, certainly got my attention for sure.
One of these days, you're gonna pull off the Dynamo Works roll jump into the instant morph. In a
It's
race.
hard. I've gotten it like a few times. It's hard. I think definitely me pushing. I mean, I was gonna do it anyway, but getting the mining station B key out of the way was nice because I'd have to detour back to Aegon.
Yeah, Mining Station B, when you have Amber, and you're able to get both items anyway, is like pretty much always a good play because you're checking Mineshaft anyway.
Did you know Samus got crazy?
Yeah, we noticed we took 2 E-tanks of damage, and we got really nervous.
Yeah, we all we saw it happen last year too. It's red Krayleys are not fun.
They do be doing damage, though. Well, what do you think about our next... Oh, about your next opponent, DCR?
Is that you?
It is.
Really fun.
That'll be fun.
On the
We
subject
should
of that,
agree to do any percent.
No.
on the subject of that, that means Bellator will go on to face Z Chaotix in lower brackets round 2.
So it's Bellator, Z Chaotix, Interslice, Gollop, DCR, and me for the remaining
Yes.
matches? Okay. These are all pretty nice matches.
Did you like my my Dynamo Chamber map focus?
Yeah,
Yes.
I pointed that out. I
That was on purpose.
had to explain the backstory.
obviously. And it was nothing, of course, but oh, I remembered.
It's funny you bring up bring that up because I had a case in round 5 where that was my space jump and I would have left it behind had it not been for a meeting grounds hit.
Oh,
I want to say it was week 5 at least.
Bellator's ammo is also perfect for this.
Yeah, it's very convenient that the damage values for this fight just so conveniently land on 25 Annihilator shots. And
Yeah,
a
it's
pellet.
nice to remember. I wonder what the in-game time is going to end up for Bellator. Probably a lot closer to 112 than we think.
I would agree with that.
Like, the two of you had almost exactly identical routes, except for what you did in labs and what you, like, when you did Mining Station B. I think those were the only 2 differences.
I don't think Bellator checked phase on grounds, but
Oh, that
if
too.
they did, I might have missed that.
Yeah, I think at that point, DCR was probably peeking hints, or, like, finding supers and seekers and
I was
Torvus.
looking for supers, maybe Echo.
That
'cause
sucks.
I didn't know I gravity yet.
Centered immediately.
No shot.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
some of
you
those
also did
scenarios, like-
Sank Entrance
Yeah, I was looking for something.
for an Inghive key.
Yeah, that was good.
At the time, it could have been just about anything, to be fair, because ball upgrades were all available.
I mean, I was looking for like Echo and supers mostly, which weren't even, of course, all of us in Torvus, but I mean, it still worked out. I was able to go to Torvus immediately after. But
Yeah, this
Yeah,
ended
even
up
without
being-
wall crawling, pretty good.
This ended up being a lot more like a traditional Swiss round C with, spaghetti through Aegon, find everything in Torvus.
so shout out to that start.
Yeah, not exactly much of a difference from a
I
original
called it.
tournament start, to be perfectly honest.
It was just great temple start with extra steps. It was so bad. And I called it too. I told you in your chat yesterday, DCR, when you explained the settings, I said, you're just going to start in Temple Grounds with missiles, and that's exactly what happened.
And at first I thought it was Hive Chamber B, but no, Hive Chamber B does not have a lot of crates in them.
I joked DCR because the starting location, if you ignore the missiles, is kind of like if you just started after item loss in the vanilla game.
That's basically
True.
what it was, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there was still some nice comedy in the stuff we had today. I mean, Vanilla Dark Beam, need we say more?
It's so common, I feel.
It is.
Yeah.
It has been showing up a lot lately.
The nice thing about it though is that you're pretty much like guided towards it eventually, you know? Like you got Dark Beam 29 minutes in, I think, DCR, which is like, you know, a third of the way in. Which I feel is still like about when you find Dark Beam if you have other progression items. And GG to Bellator for finishing.
Bellator will finish with an official race time, GG time of 1:39.44.
I need to send Bellator an invite link.
And again, outstanding performance by both of our runners for putting on that show for us here this afternoon.
I was kind of worried that like maybe in Cache 4 could have had something, or even potentially in Cache 2 because Screw Attack and Annihilator and
Yeah, we actually
whatnot.
didn't consider that. We were so laser focused on Torvus and Spider's Treasure. We actually didn't think about it in Cache 4. Now that you bring that up,
That often, I feel like that gets like not looked at more often than not.
yeah, because it feels it's not that out of the way, but it does feel out of the way if you're late to Dark Beam.
If you have the stuff to do Torvus from the side, I usually just check in Cache 4 when I'm going there. It's not that bad, and it can be important.
Well, given that Supers and Seekers were in Torvus, no chance of that nonsense today.
I did send an invite to Bellator. We'll see if he comes along.
Usually the bot, after a runner's mark, the bot will send an invite as well, but we'll see.
Oh, does the bot send an invite automatically?
Yeah, it
I've
does.
never
Yes,
gotten
it
one.
does.
What?
It might have been, the bot might have been throwing a hissy fit a couple of times.
Or maybe they don't send invites to people who are already in the server?
I'm not sure. We are now joined by Bellator in the booth here. Bellator, GG to you.
I think maybe we're having some minor technical difficulties. Oh, Bellator's coming back.
Excuse us for a minute, folks. We'll get that sorted out in just a moment. We saw green for a split second, but that's about it.
DCR,
What's up?
what do you think about monkeys?
I'm sorry, what?
Monkeys. Line Cash wanted to know.
I don't know. They Chica. What kind of question is that?
Well, while we try to get these while we try and get Discord sorted out here, in the meantime, we invite you to follow, as we mentioned before, follow both of our runners as they have put on a fantastic show for you here on this Friday afternoon. And also, we want to shout out as well Thoris Carathesis, our amazing tracker, who has done a great job making sure our runners know who has what. And Aaron, thank you so much for joining here in the booth this afternoon.
Yeah, no problem. Always here to commentate DCR's matches, apparently.
Well, we do certainly appreciate the help from all of our volunteers. These matches have been going on practically without a hitch, and it's amazing. And if you folks are interested in any of the further involvement in the randomizer community, we do have the Discord in chat as well. If you folks want to learn about any of the Prime randos, we have randos for all 3 games now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate when Discord has problems like this. It looks like Belattor finished with a in-game time of 1:15, so yeah, like I said, pretty close. DCR, you played Bellator once in the Swiss round, right? Round 5?
Yeah,
And
that's
he
my final
beat
match.
you? Oh, okay. Yeah, now I remember.
That was the match I soft locked in this bomb slot for no reason because Echoes.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, it was
Did you,
great.
by any chance, see the video I posted? With the Sporb?
Yes.
Have you seen that before?
It's probably Echoes Wii because Echoes Wii seems to be buggier, honestly. Like one of my Echoes Wii videos might be the low percent completion I have currently going. I entered in the light world in Vault. I entered the scan portal, and then the portal cutscene that normally plays after you enter portal.
Mm-hmm.
It shows Samus going from light world to dark world, even though I was in the light world already. Okay.
I wonder
Strange.
Oh wait, no.
Something to do with like the cutscenes taking longer to skip.
Sorry, I said that.
Might screw some
incorrectly.
stuff up.
Dark world to light world. When I was already in light world, so I don't know what happened with the game. Broken.
Well,
Yeah.
While we're still resolving issues here, Bellator is in the Twitch chat with us, and we actually we got to tell you, Bellator, it was actually, despite everything that happened, it was a pretty your routes ended up being relatively similar with only a couple of exceptions. Number one was that you ended up holding off on mining station B until after hints, and you also did not check what was it, Phazon grounds. That was really the only difference between the two of you.
Did Bellator go to Sank Entrance? Because DCR did.
I don't think so, actually, because the Yinghive
Pretty
key
sure
that
no.
Bellator picked up was the one in Torvus Temple, if memory
Torvus
serves.
Temple, yeah. Yeah, the two of you took pretty much exactly the same route for the most part, except for the mining station B thing, making a couple other like small checks, and then like the order that you did stuff in labs was different too. Beyond that, both of you didn't check Vanilla Dark until like the very end of the beginning section where it like couldn't have been anything else.
Yeah, surprisingly, a lot of items ended up being pretty useful, although Emerald technically... Actually, no, Emerald technically was required because Plaza Access had a key. So,
Yeah, I think that was the only logical requirement.
yeah, that was the only thing it was needed for.
Or, wait, no.
And Boost Guardian.
Yeah, Boost Guardian.
And that, too. Fair enough. I keep forgetting about Dark World. What were your... We have to ask... we do have to ask you, Bellator, what were your initial thoughts about Gravity and Mining Plaza? Were you nervous? Because us in the booth, we actually couldn't tell initially, but we just figured it out. We just found out now. We thought at first it was... we thought at first it was Cannonball.
That's a good response.
When I was going for my hints, I was like... I was, passing through Warwick Showgrounds. Like, I was like, okay, please Please don't be War Showgrounds. Please don't be War Showgrounds. Because I hate seeing a key there. Because if key's there, I have to go get Dark Visor, which was in Lower Dark Torvus. Like,
Yeah, you didn't save in Venomous Pond.
Why would I?
Because then you could go back to there, and you were going to use the Light World portal anyway if you needed to. But if not, you could stay in the Dark World for Lower Dark Torvus stuff. Because that was where Dark Visor was.
It didn't really matter too much.
Somewhere in Lower Dark Torvus.
Yeah, it
Basically,
didn't end up mattering.
It's funny because that hint actually really didn't isolate Dark Visor at all, because it could have literally been anywhere in Lower Dark Torvus except Dungeon. Since it was up to 3 rooms away from Under Temple Shaft.
Yeah, Dungeon's 4 rooms away, I think.
So yeah, that didn't isolate Dark Visor particularly well.
So I guess the only unknowns were Light Suit and
Cobalt. And I guess 1 Torvus key, but that's
which
about
technically, by the beginner logic, Light Suit is required for final bosses, I think. So
is it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. On intermediate, it's 800 damage, or Dark Suit with whatever 200.
That's what I thought. I thought it was that for beginner, but I guess it's intermediate. I guess now today I learned.
You know, it's not really too difficult. Well, I guess if you don't know the screw attack method, it's going to be hard, but for Emperor.
All right. Well, is there anything the two of you would like to say in the booth or in chat before we close out today?
This was definitely not a Diggle seed. Diggle Light needs to make a better seed.
You know, to be fair, with Gravity and Mining Plaza, it was looking a little scary for a second.
When you started in Temple Grounds with missiles and then you got bombs, I was like, yawn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't have anything else to add other than have a happy, funky Monkey Friday.
Yeah, we've already said our pieces on shoutouts and follows. So with that said, folks, yeah, our next we don't have any matches immediately scheduled yet, I don't think, but stay tuned to the Speed Gaming channel schedule. We will keep you updated as to when new matches come forth. With that said, folks, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day, and we will see you next mission.